Good afternoon. So our use case is Candidate Finder. This is Balvant Desai. I work as an RPA developer, primarily into Automation Anywhere. And here is my team, Talent Hunters, Abhijit and Snehal.
Yeah, so hi everyone. I'm Abhijit Hadgole. I'm working as an RPA developer for 3.5 years almost now. And my primary tools are like Automation Anywhere.
Yeah, hi everyone. This is Snehal Aru. I'm working as a professional RPA developer with 3.5 plus years now. And yeah, primary tools are Blue Prism and Automation Anywhere.
Good to know, team. All the best.
Okay, so let me quickly walk you through the agenda. So we are done with the team introduction and we'll take a deep dive into the case study, followed with a demo and then Q&A session. Okay, so as we all know, searching for good talent across different platforms is like very time consuming and tedious process. So, and a typical hiring stages are listed down below. Like it starts from identifying the hiring need, then devising a recruitment plan, writing a job description, advertising the position onto different job portals like Naukri portal, monster.com, TimesJob, etc. Then comes your recruiting the position, and then reviewing the application sent by the candidate. Once the candidate is shortlisted and the applicant is assessed, initial screening is done, and then your background check happens, and for the decision to hire the candidate is done. Okay, so then the candidate is shortlisted. And then the onboarding starts. So out of these, few steps are even outsourced to the third party. So, but still, there is a lot of manual work being done in terms of candidate filtering and data collating. So based on the skill set. So we found an opportunity here where the manual steps can be automated. Hence the inspiration for the Candidate Finder bot, which finds the right talent and streamline the profiles as per the requirement.
Yeah, and as this bot name suggests, Candidate Finder, it mostly works with the searching for good talent from different portals. So right now what we have targeted is Naukri portal, and inside it we have different tabs, but we have concentrated and targeted on the one section, that's IT search. You'll need to fill in the details and you'll get the all related IT people and IT skilled people for those. So here is a generic flow, which is nothing but as you know, for bot to start, we'll need to gather a data. Then we need to interact with applications on which we would be performing steps. For this, we are using, as you know, we are using Naukri portal. Once we get the details, we filter those profiles, and we finally generate an output. That output will get sent to the concerned team, so as to perform all other respective remaining steps. So yeah, I think as Balvant mentioned, this inspired us to do this manual or repetitive task to be automated. We do have a end-to-end flowchart that goes like this. So the if you see, the generic flow looks like this. Whenever process starts, we do read a config file. So bot will open the config file, and it will read all the required fields like Naukri portal URL or the sender or the receiver mail addresses and everything. So that's the place where we save the data which needs to be consumed by the bot at the first step. Then we create a required folder structures, may it be a log folder or output folders or snapshot, error handling folder structure, everything. Then we launch the application. This is our web portal, and we connect to that application. We logs into it. We fill in the required details. We get the candidate list from that, and we iterate over the all the candidate list so as to pass the data. And finally, once that iteration is completed, whatever results we could see on the portal all has been captured correctly. We save the everything on the file, and we send the alert to the bot whoever has started the bot or the concerned team. So this was a detailed flow. So for input, once you entered into login portal, what we need basically is job skill on which you want to search for the candidate, experience you want, and the notice period you are looking for. So these three would be taken through the user prompt as an input. Once that is taken, bot interacts with the portal, feeds all the data for all the input data, and it finds the appropriate resumes according to that. So yeah, as we get the list, it opens each and every profile for all the candidates, and gets the respective fields like name of the person, current designation, current company, and all the details. So we'll see a demo which will have this end-to-end flow uh, showcased there. So let me open the, yeah, okay.
So as you can see that first we are seeing the config files from where we will take the URL for Naukri portal. Then we have a from and to address where we can set here. Then we have a log path we have mentioned here. Yeah. Then we will take this is another config file where we have our email body template is fixed. So from here we will take an email body. And then we will finally we have the output template where the bot will save all the extracted information for that particular candidate. Yeah. So once the bot read all the config file, now we'll trigger the bot from here. So as I told earlier that first once the bot trigger, it will read all the config files as per required. It will create the folder structure at the back end. And now once it creates the folder structure, it will log into Naukri portal where we are particularly log into the Naukri recruiter site. Now you can see the login page where it will ask for the user ID to enter on the user prompt. So this we have made a dummy account just for the use case. Once it enter the email address, it will ask for the same as a password. And once it enter, it will click on the login page button. So as you can see that it has been loaded, and now it will click on the search now. And as we have discussed earlier that we are just focusing on one of the particular tab is a IT search tab. So it will just search for an IT search tab, IT search tab, and it will click on IT search tab. So where you can enter here your IT skills using the input prompt. So for now we have entered the Ruby and Rails. Then it will ask for an experience prompt. We have to give an experience as we are mentioning here 3 years and above. Then it will ask for the next skill if you want to enter. So as of now we have not entered it. And then it will ask for the notice period, and we have entering the 3 months. Once it's laid the 3 months, it will just click on find resumes. Now once the page is loaded, as you can see that all information we have found here, like 3 resume founds, then page, how many pages we have got. Based on that, it will start iterating the loop, and it will start extracting one by one information for that candidate. Now as you can see, it has opened the first candidate information, and from here it will pick all the required information like work experience, summary, name, and the skills. Once it captures all that, it will just fill all the information in the template, or we can say the output template, where at the end your bot will send an email with the all information. So likewise, it will just iterate all the candidates where we have found out here. So now it is just checking for the various tabs. Once we click on the close button, we are getting some tabs, so it is checking that. So now as you can see that it has opened the second one. The same method, like it will just extract all the informations from here, and once it extracted, it will save that information onto the output template. So as we have found here 3 resumes, so we will find at the end the 3 output on the template. And after that, if let's suppose that if we have found more than one page, then once it gather all the information from the first page, it will go on to the second page.
Yeah,
so
that looks very good, Abhijit. So I think the presentation is well structured.
yeah, thank you for that.
So Arjun and Narasimha, do you have any queries on this? I think.
Can you show us the bot again for this?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Like, can you show the bot? I believe is this what are you currently showing? Is this are you playing a video or is the bot running?
Yeah, that's the recorded video.
It's a recorded video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have that bot? Can I see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Visible, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It is visible. Can you show us like how you have structured the different ATMX files and how
sure.
each one is interacting and what's the error handling you have included?
Yeah, sure. So totally we have almost considering subtask total 7 tasks. So yeah, Balwant, if you can get started with the master task.
Yes, thanks, Snehal. So this is basically a process template. So it begins with the master task, and we invoke subflows from this task. So it begins with by reading the config file, configuration file, and then we create the folder structure. So Snehal, can you quickly go to the read config file?
Yeah.
So this is how the read. Please scroll it down.
Sure.
So it reads all the fields, and then once the bot reads all the fields, it creates the folder structure. So after reading all the values, it launches the Naukri URL, portal URL, and logs in with the credentials. Once it logs into the URL, it clicks on the search now button, and then it moves ahead to find the candidate based on the skill set. Yes, Abhijit.
Yeah. So from here, as I mentioned that it will click on IT search tab, and then the HR will enter these skills based on this the given. Then as I told that there is an experience field also when the user will the HR will enter, and once it click on experience, then it will ask for the next prompt if you want to enter the next skill again or you want to continue. If you click on continue, then it will ask for the notice period. Then the HR will enter the notice period from 1 to 3 and 5, 4, 5. And then once it click on notice period, then it will click on the find resume button. And once it click on find resume button, we'll just see the next screen where all the candidate information is visible. Yeah. So here from here we'll start getting all the we will start opening one by one the candidate profile, and once it open, you can see that at the 25 the next task is getting called.
Yeah, and this is the task which actually reads each and every details from the portal. May it be a name, may it be a current designation, current role, or notice periods mentioned, summary, work experience, all the fields. So we could see some of the resumes have been deleted from the portal, and that's also being handled here. So that is being listed in the list that we can see. But once we click on the actual link of that profile, it says profile no longer exists. So that was one of the business scenario we could see while developing this. And as I've mentioned, it gathers everything, description and all of the stuff, like a designation, company experience, degree, current location, preferred location, functional area, role. Yes, those was like a normal text fields, and there has to be some tweaking, some string operations and everything that has to be done before we send that to a summary file. So once that is done, we write everything back to the Excel file. And as you know, as Abhijit mentioned, this has been called under a loop which iterates over the number of profiles that we have found. So yeah, the same task will get called those many times. Once that is finished, so in the master task, as we have section wise calling for read config, then create folder structure, log into Naukri portal, enter skills, fetch the user details. Finally, we send the summary email. This would get sent in both the scenarios, error as well as successful scenario. Error scenario will have the status called there was failure in the process, but the successful scenario will send the will send that summary template attached with an email. So here is the screenshot for the successful
Yeah, and it also consists that the attachment also will be there.
yeah, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So any specific reason of keeping all those search criteria as a message box? So
Yeah. Okay. So for a
as an
bot,
input, I mean, so my
yeah, right.
question is, so you could have a like a input template wherein as a HR, like I can mention all the required things. It's maybe like I need a candidate with automation universe skill and with some 5 years of experience. So if you can create an input template wherein like I can enter all those details and I can feed it to the bot, and bot can run and fetch and provide me the list of candidates as an output. So any specific reason in this particular like demo, like you mentioned, I mean, you have kept an input dialog box for getting all those details from the user. Is there any specific reason for that?
Yeah. So yeah, we made it specific. So as we know, some of the fields are being read from the config file. So you mean to say it's why didn't you put all the input skills here itself, right? So
yeah, so my suggestion maybe like you can take it as a suggestion as well. So what I'm saying is, so you can have an input file, some kind of input template, which you can give it to a HR, and your HR should fill in that. For example, like it should contain the required skills. For example, so let's say like they should mention automation anywhere as a skill, and then like it should have like all those criteria, like whichever they generally use it to search a candidate. Might be the location, and might be the notice period, or is maybe it's like total years of experience. So those things you can mention it in an Excel file as an input template, which you can give it to a HR, and your HR should fill in, and then they should give it to the bot, and bot can run and it can fetch all those candidate lists as how we are doing it here, and it can send an email to the HR with a list of candidates matching the criteria. And also like what you can do, like you can take it forward further. So once you get the list of candidate, you can use some kind of like machine learning model wherein like you can score the candidates based on the skills. So if, for example, if they mention like multiple skills, so if they want a candidate with automation universe skill with Python, so then like the bot should go and see the output. So whichever candidate has both the criteria, and also like there may be multiple criteria matching, right? So might be the HR might need a candidate with a specific location. So based on all those things, you can score the candidates, and HR can directly contact the candidate based on the scoring. So if a candidate is scored as number 1, then the HR can directly contact the first person instead of like going through the entire list. I mean, yeah, it's good. Like overall, like the presentation is really good. Yeah, keep it up and like try to enhance this solution.
Yes, definitely, sure.
Thank you so much, Narasimhan, and the team here, Abhijit and team as well. So we really like the idea, and we really wish we could spend much more time with you. But in the interest of time, we have to pass on. So of course, we will connect with you to know more about this. And I would like if you could think through about how it can be sold as a solution, basically, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll connect with you later for the detailed discussion. Meanwhile, thank you so much, guys. It was a wonderful job. I will pass on for the next participants that we have.